I'm Eric Stoddard, author of 30 Pounds in 40 Days. It is my memoir about weight loss on the HCG diet, and it's available right now on Amazon.com in both paperback and ebook formats. So I'm here today to talk to you about a new video series that I'm going to do related to the book. I'm going to be talking from here in my kitchen, amongst other places, about some of the things that I did on my way to losing weight. Now, I get it. You're looking at me going, this guy's no young Mark Hamill. He certainly doesn't look like a Channing Tatum, or I don't know, maybe I'm more like a Sean Astin before Rudy, but who cares? I am a much smaller version of the guy that I used to be. And not only did I lose the weight, but I maintained it for the last 2 years. So what I want to do is talk to you about what I did, how I worked with a nutritionist, and the things that we got done, the habits that we developed to get me to where I am now and kind of set the foundation for what I'm doing next, which is to live this way and hopefully get healthier and healthier for the rest of my life. So I want to talk to you about all the tips and tricks that I learned, and I've done that in the book, but I also want to show you here on video to kind of give you some extra content and not make you have to read 380 pages to learn what I learned. We're going to talk about all sorts of things, like how to use this whole bowl. It's like a bowl, but it's got holes in it. It's not meant to hold on to water. You'd be surprised. It's actually the opposite. This is meant to get rid of things that you put in it. So, things you might not have realized. We're going to talk about this chopper. Sometimes people take a vegetable and they think it's going to take them an hour and a half to cut it up using a knife. But you can just use this thing, and this turns just about any vegetable into little cubes, tiny little cubes that you can eat with your mouth much more easily. And you can mix them into things like lettuce wraps or like little cubed vegetables, if that's what you like. But I certainly like vegetables when they're in tiny little cubes better than whole vegetables because they're easier to eat. I mean, have you ever tried to put a whole pepper or a whole tomato in your mouth? I haven't. Why? Because I have this thing. We'll talk about this Vitamix. It's a blender that can turn anything, including gravel, into food that you can eat. It doesn't mean that food will be nutritious, and as a matter of fact, it might even kill you if you were to put gravel into here. I would not recommend that. But if your nutritionist tells you to eat something that is in a form that requires a little bit of shredding or blending or whatever, this can blend anything you put in it. So we'll talk a little about that. The truth is I didn't use this a lot on my weight loss journey, but I know that people like these things, and so we'll talk a little about it, and I use it a little bit more now that I'm doing a little more exercise and such. So we'll talk about that, but really we'll talk about all the tips and tricks that I used and that I talk about in the book, but we'll do it right here face to face. Welcome to the video series. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you want to check out the book right now, like I said, it's available on Amazon.com in ebook format and in paperback. It's called 30 Pounds in 40 Days, written by Eric Stoddard. And you can also check it out at ericstoddard.com.